Hello! How are you doing? How's life? How is everyone on this Tuesday? I see you, Freya. Hope you're doing well. How's, I never know whether to call it uni work or college work. How's life going? How are you doing, Nat? How's dentist? How's work? How's life? Just, yeah. How is everyone? I've had a busy day. Been in work. It was chilled out, very quiet, and then boom! Just, everyone seemed to have come in and just made a mess. So it went from like 0 to 100 very quickly. I'm very numb, but good. I would hope that if you had some work done at the dentist, that you were given anesthetic, so you would be numb. If not, I would worry. I would question your dentist's methods. But that's good to hear. You go to a university. Either one works though. I'm okay. How are you? I'm alright. I'm happy that my day off is tomorrow. I get to have a lie-in. I'm going to ignore any call to come into work at all. They can struggle without me for one day. You'll have to see some streams today though, even if it's just for a few. I'll call you into work. Just say I am work. I need to pay for my carpet. Just blag it. Say you're trying to get a sponsorship deal, and that you're going to sponsor me through your company. You need at the carpet company. Look, I'm a busy person tomorrow. I've got appointments with sleeping till like early hours of the afternoon. I've got to do food shopping for the first time in like 2 weeks because I've just been at work. So the only food I got in is like brownies and flapjacks, which isn't bad, but it's not dinner. How's charity going? It's going well. We've raised, I think that says £130. It's really small on my OBS. I should probably open up our charity homepage just to keep an eye on it. We are £70 off our first milestone, which is I will do a 12-hour stream of Lego Harry Potter, and we'll just get through as many as possible. And Matt will do a 12-hour stream, but I don't know whether he's stated like what he might play or anything. Matt has also got a spicy bean boozle and a normal bean boozle to do on Thursday when he streams. So make sure you catch him for that. You don't want to miss his reactions. Me and George, I just rolled my chair into my desk, it's fine. Me and George had 2 beans to do yesterday. And luckily, both of mine were good ones. Hope you'll get there, that'd be fun. Look, you donate what you can. Like, we're not saying, Nat, you've got to donate £5 billion. It's just open for those that can donate. And donating is not the only way you can help, Nat. Spreading the word on social medias. Threatening your boss to, donate. I mean, don't threaten him. I wish I could give you £5 billion. I wish so too. Thank you, Freya, for the shout out. I'm assuming you're about to do one for Matt as well. I know you're on it. Streamlabs is dead slow as well. See, I think I turned Nightbot off. I think I only use Streamlabs. Oh, I need to slightly move my top screen. Just because I've got the charity bar at the top. Uh, nah, I don't think I've allowed VIPs to do it. I need to change settings. But Freya is allowed to shout you out, Nat. If she so wishes. But yeah, I've got a couple of postcards to draw. I need to figure out where to find people's addresses to send them to and what they've asked me to draw. Rip, a wonderful stream. You got to go to work. No worries. Now, you get that work done. You be productive. But I've got quite a few postcards to sort out, which will be fun. I'll probably do a stream in early June. Okay, yeah, B. I know all the answers are B now. So I think I'll do maybe a stream later this week or first week of June. We'll get the postcards done, dusted, I'll get them printed, and then I will let people know when I've sent them off. But obviously, when I post them, if they're going over to America or somewhere else, they'll obviously take longer than those that if I'm just sending, for example, to Scotland. So yeah. Alright, without further ado, puzzles. And as Nat rightly pointed out, the answer's probably B. The story so far, chat. A day after the levitation incident that occurred in front of the I don't even know what that word is. We've already started off rough, chat. The Montsarton Gallery, Dalston remains in custody. Professor Layton heads to the City Hall to see what the news the police have regarding Dalston's situation. Silent T. Monsarton. Look, either way, it's a gallery. Alright. You can't convince me otherwise. Alright, if I remember correctly, the City Hall was on the far right-hand side. We'll talk to our main man, Inspector Grosky. Huh. I haven't been able to wire a I haven't been able to wring a confession out of this Dalston chap. Are you sure he's our man? Alphonse Dalston is innocent, Inspector. The masked gentleman will appear tonight, just as he said he would. That's right. Mr. Dalston's got too much invested in Montador. It doesn't make sense. Tingley Town is the next target. Unless something is done to prevent it, there will be another incident tonight. Not on my watch. We need to talk to the Chief Inspector. He believes he has the culprit and has already put the patrol officers back on their regular schedule. See, words are hard, chat. Then hurry along to the briefing room. They're about to start. Nope, I accidentally spoke to him again. Professor Layton, glad you could make it. We're about to continue the interrogation. May we sit in? Please do. The more sets of eyes we have on our suspect, the better our chances of catching him out if he's hiding something. Alright, Dawson, let's make this quick. Why'd you do it? Sorry, my chair is getting caught on my desk. For crying out loud, it's not me. Shouldn't you be looking for clues or something instead of harassing me? The old I'm innocent routine, eh? Well, tough guy. We know you used a horse-drawn cart in the statue's trick. A racing chariot, to be precise. We found tracks all over the scene. So what was it for? Your getaway? Your accomplices? What was it? Tell us what you did and who helped you, and the judge might go easy on you. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything. Cut the act, Dawson. You've got a chariot, and we found tracks from a chariot plastered all over the scene. I have a chariot, but it's not the only chariot in town. Maybe you should torch the man who runs the racecourse. What would I gain by scaring people from the town anyway? I depend on tourists. Alright, Dawson. We can do it the hard way. We've already spoken to the manager of the racecourse, and he said he hasn't noticed any of his chariots going missing. Those things aren't cheap, and let me tell you, there's no one else in Montador who owns a private chariot. We've also got your motive, jealousy. Mrs. Lador rejected your proposal, so you want revenge on Mr. Lador. You couldn't accept that a former butler got rich and married your woman. Mr. Lador told us all about it. Lador said that? Rotten little... Detective Bloom, can we really say with such certainty that the tracks incriminate Dalston? Well, the fact remains that they belong to a chariot, and the chariot was used to deposit some deceptively lifelike statues. No doubt the trick relied upon crowd mentality. People quickly turned hysterical. If one person were, say, to feign illness, a crowd could form. This could keep the audience concerned and distracted. Exactly, and during this time, other accomplices could do as they wish, such as wheeling statues on a cart. With the statues in place, these accomplices could easily start screaming that the people had been turned to stone, which would trigger a panic. The worried crowd promptly forgets about the first afflicted individual and tries to flee. And as they flee, they no doubt see several of these statues, which intensifies their fear. I couldn't have said it better, Professor. Professor, I'm confused. We didn't see any chariots there that night. How could anyone hide those statues in front of all those witnesses? We were missing the wood from the trees. There were only one hiding place large enough, and we were all looking at it. Where was that? Everything was hidden inside the giant clown balloon. What? How? That kind of makes sense. Our minds have a way of establishing an object's presence once we see it. We didn't watch the balloon the whole time. But we saw the balloon floating. How could the statues have been inside? The balloons attached to it must have been filled with buoyant gas. I recall the clown came down when they burst. Only an extremely sturdy vehicle could have been used to transport those statues. And Dalston is the chief suspect behind these acts because of his wealth? Correct. None of these stunts would come cheap. Buying props and paying so many accomplices would require a lot of cash. He's got the means and the motive. I think he's our man. I doubt we'll see another appearance from the masked gentleman as long as we have Dalston in custody. I cannot be so sanguine. I'm sorry to hear that, Professor, but from where I'm standing, it looks as though we can just about close this case. And if the gentleman does appear, well, then we'll have to rethink things. If he does appear, I may approach him directly about this mask of order. Interesting. In the meantime, there are a few things I'd like to look into. I'm curious about these chariots. A quick once-over of the racecourse might shed some light on our mystery. By all means, let me know if you find any more evidence pertaining to Mr. Dalston. So far, the only thing we've got to prove that Dalston is innocent is the fact that a tiger that only Luke can understand said that he was with the tiger the whole time. So it's a bit difficult. We'll need more evidence to convince the Chief Inspector. Let's see if we can use the racetrack down the... Let's see if we can track down the chariot that was used. Mr. Darston mentioned a racecourse, and the Chief Inspector said he had already checked with the manager and nothing was missing. It's still worth investigating at any rate. Perhaps they overlooked something. You never know what you may find unless you try. I saw the racecourse on... I can't do a female voice. I saw the racecourse on the map back at the hotel. It's just north of here. Well then, what are you waiting for? We're going somewhere new. Oh, good old Fish Lips is here, guys. We're not talking to her. If we can help it. Whoa! The racecourse is huge! You can practically smell all the wages, money in the air. Okay, is there nothing else? Oh. We found an item. Okay. I don't really want to start to talk to her because she is annoying to read. Just the way she talks.
Everybody's so excited!
Looks like that will last for about another 15 seconds.
There goes my yacht.
What's that?
I would wager that he lost his bet.
It looks as if some of these carts are in use right now, Professor. Well, if that's the case, we could always check the shed where they are stored, right? Yes, but first we ought to find the person in charge here. Perhaps that fellow over there? Good day to you, my good sir. I'm Gustav, the manager of this racecourse. How may I help you? My name is Herschel Layton, and I'm investigating the masked gentleman at the request of Mrs. Lador. Could I ask you some questions? Only too happy to help, sir. Though I do have one condition, you shall have to solve a puzzle I've recently perfected. First puzzle of the day, chat. Okay. One day, 4 people took part in a racing tournament. It's puzzle time, Freya. And it could be B. The answer could be B, so we're going to have to tell Nat. First, they held First they held races of 2. Then the winners raced against each other. Are you paying attention, Freya? Are you blaming Twitch for not paying attention? I'll restart, okay? Just chill, calm down. One day, 4 people took part in a racing tournament. First, they held 2 races of 2. I can't read. First, they held races of 2. Then the winners raced against each other while the losers battled for third. So they did a tournament bracket. Can you work out the order based on the comments below? A won one race and lost another. B, I didn't make it to the final. C, I'm just glad I beat A. If only I hadn't lost to B. Okay. So, A won and lost one. B didn't make it to the final, So they could have lost and then won. C, B, A. So I reckon C is probably the winner of both. And I reckon D lost both. So I reckon C came first. So I reckon A and B raced each other first. A won, which put them in the final bracket, whilst B lost, fighting for third. C and D fought it out. C won, D lost. And then D had to fight B for third place, but lost. Wait, let's look at the memo. So it goes C, A, B. C, A, B.
Don't keep me in suspense. There is no puzzle without a solution.
C came first, A second, B third, and D came last. D didn't sound very happy about the result, did he? He really didn't. We got a new robot stage. Outstanding work. Now, what questions did you have? Do you recall anything unusual happening shortly before the petrification incident? Anything unusual? No. I'm afraid it's been rather routine around here for a while now. Were any of your carts removed from the track in the last few days? I don't believe so. Though, to be honest, I don't have enough duties here that I wouldn't necessarily know those details. But if one was removed, we'll have a record of it somewhere. We'd like to take a look at one. Are all the chariots being raced now? No, I believe we still have a few sitting around at the back of the shed. They're just over there. Please, don't mind the smell. That horse got a bit of a twitch, so is that one. Oh, look at this mess. Why doesn't anyone do something about this? Oh, I think I see a toy bunny in there. Just like the ones I remember playing with when I was younger. No, it's the bunny puzzle. Bunny Hop Swap 3. Alright, those old rabbit toys keep hopping back. There are 3 rules. The rabbits can only move by jumping horizontally, diagonally, or vertically over other rabbits. They can jump over any number of rabbits at once. A white rabbit will turn brown when jumped over and vice versa. Okay. How do I do this? Just do it. So, I'm trying. I'm trying, Freya. I don't like it. How? How does one go about? You turn them all white. That is the opposite of your... Yeah, it really is. Well, they start off all white, Freya. You tell me how this is done. Because the thing is, because there's none starting in the inside, I don't get how you're meant to be able to move diagonally. I just moved that one down one. do, 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 do. Easy!
This is how it's done.
Why didn't I do that in the first place? I was just overthinking it. What can I say? I just had to do it. That was sweet, Luke. You looked past the rubbish to see bunnies. You really have animals on the brain, don't you? Heh. Well, they're my friends. Alright, let's actually go in here. Okay. Those must be the racing chariots that the Chief Inspector mentioned. I can see why the criminal would choose a racing chariot over a regular cart. These look sturdy, good enough for lugging heavy items. You could transport quite a bit in one of these, Professor. Let's take a closer look at this one. It is fairly bulky. It would be difficult to remove from the grounds without being noticed. Could the criminal maybe have ridden one out of here? Unlikely. Riding it would have left tracks, and there don't appear to be any leading off the site. And you would need a horse, for starters. Wait, what's this? What is it, Professor? Both of you, take a closer look at this. What am I looking at? Those bolts can be pulled out to take this chariot apart. No doubt these chariots are much easier to transport when disassembled. One could transport these pieces and then reassemble the cart whenever it's needed to be used. So that's how our criminal slipped out without leaving a trail. But how did they do it in the first place? Surely someone here would see if you were taking apart the chariots. Very astute, Luke. Let's ask Gustav a few more questions. I feel there's something hidden somewhere, because that... because, the hamster thing keeps showing up. But I don't know. Gustav, is there any reason to remove a chariot from the racecourse? Well, occasionally they need maintenance or repair. But that's the only reason for them to leave the grounds. We number each one, and any repair or maintenance orders are signed by the owner, Mr. Lador. Would you like to see our maintenance records? If it's not too much trouble. Certainly. Interesting. You found something? One of the racing chariots was out for maintenance during the statues incident. It was returned yesterday. Surely you're not suggesting a connection between this cart and the nefarious masked gentleman? Simply one of the several possibilities. It's certainly nothing to worry about. Henry signed the repair order. Yes, but that's standard procedure. No chariot can be removed from the premises without Mr. Lador's approval. Regrettably, you missed the opportunity to speak to Mr. Lador by mere minutes. Henry was here? Yes, I believe he just came from the scene of last night's, incident. I understand some black cloth was found in the gallery plaza. Apparently, Mr. Lador's donations to the gallery were wrapped in the same kind of cloth. He spoke to the curator about it. Black cloth? Interesting. Thank you, Gustav. You've been most helpful. I believe our next stop should be the Lador residence. That's right, we still haven't had the chance to speak at length with Mr. Lador. Isn't he bound to be busy, Professor? Most likely. But I believe he'll make time for us. We are investigating on his wife's behalf, after all. To the Lador residence, I guess. So, a chariot was out for repair during the time of the miracle took place. That can't be a coincidence. But you never know, Emmy. We have to consider all possibilities. Very true, Luke. We can't confirm anything as fact without decisive evidence. But our visit to the racecourse was still rather fruitful. If nothing else, we know how the levitation miracle worked. We do? Don't you mean the petrification miracle, Professor? No. Definitely the levitation. I'll explain later. For now, we need to go to the Lador mansion and talk to Henry. Right. I hope Mr. Lador has time to see us. Yes, I very much hope so. As well. I know at times I'm just improvising half of the stuff they say, but it's the same. I'm not a fan of this. I have to click on the magnifying glass to do everything. Angela, we're hoping to speak to Henry. Is he here now? As a matter of fact, he arrived just moments ago. Could you wait in the parlour? I'll call him for you. Thank you. Cutscene.
I assume you still take your tea with milk?
Why, yes. Thank you, Henry.
You're very welcome. I would never ask a servant to wait on an old acquaintance. You may find that a bit strange, but I hope it doesn't make you uncomfortable.
Why not at all? I must say, Henry, the success and fame you've achieved here in town is quite astounding.
I wouldn't call myself successful. I've just been very lucky.
To what do I owe the honour of this visit? I was hoping you could answer some questions. You own the Montador racecourse, correct? Yes. Why? There's evidence that suggests one of your racing chariots was used in the petrification incident the other day. Absurd. Those chariots cannot be taken up to the stadium without my written permission. Each one has a serial number that is logged if it is ever removed. Correct. The converse is also true. However, a chariot may be removed given that you have granted permission. What are you implying, Layton? Seems pretty clear to me, Mr. Lador. Simply that your log shows that one of the chariots was out the night of the statues incident. With your approval, the chariot was removed for repairs and returned to the racecourse yesterday. Tracks from those chariots match a set of the tracks found at the scene of the crime. Well, that's unsettling. There's more. There are grounds to believe that you were involved in the levitation stunt that occurred last night as well. Layton, you can't be serious. I understand that after the incident with the paintings, you donated a number of works to the gallery. When the masked gentleman appeared to be walking on air, I believe he used a wire stretched across the plaza. Yep, that's what I thought as well. Those donations were rather hefty parcels, were they not? Their weight was used to secure the wire. This is a ridiculous, far-fetched notion, Layton. You had all those heavy donations stored on the top floor so they could be used to keep the wire taut, correct? Pure conjecture. But if you must continue... I understand that you already heard about the black cloth found near the gallery. The masked gentleman used devices to lift his accomplices into the air and the black cloth to conceal them. Observers, blinded by neon lights against the night sky, believed the accomplices had simply vanished. But Professor, is anyone really capable of performing such an elaborate stunt? Yes, however such events require quite a bit of financing. Henry, unsurprisingly, you and Dawson top a very short list of such specs, with the means at their disposal. While I obviously can't prevent you from suspecting me, I do believe you're forgetting something important. No one's fortune is more tied to this city than mine. If it collapses, I am ruined. So I've heard. However, the more the masked gentleman appears, the busier Montador seems to become. Without fail, the gentleman's acts have all taken place in large crowds near major tourist attractions. One would expect a city experiencing such chaos to gain a reputation for lawlessness and criminal activity. Instead, the rumours seem to focus on the mysterious, charismatic gentleman who performs miracles. I think anyone hearing such stories would be curious enough to pay Montador a visit. It would pique my interest, alright. Precisely. To the average onlooker, the masked gentleman's miracles look like a particularly grand performance. And as I'm sure you're aware, the number of spectators increases with each subsequent miracle. Layton, am I hearing you correctly? Are you insinuating that I hired the masked gentleman to boost tourism? It seems a possibility, yes. My wife apparently trusts you enough to have summoned you here, but 18 years ago you left Randall for dead and ran off to London. I don't trust you. You betrayed the memory of your friend. Now you have the nerve to make these ludicrous accusations in my own home. I explored every inch of that ancient death trap, with nothing but Randall's notes as a guide, out of loyalty to him. You have no right to be here. You dishonour his name. Henry, let me explain. Leave, Layton. There is nothing more to discuss. Very well. We will leave, but please hear me out about one thing. It concerns the future of your city. Alphonse Dalston is not the criminal, and it's more than likely the masked gentleman will appear again tonight. If you are telling the truth, then I hope to see you tonight as well. If so, perhaps we can unravel this together. I have nothing more to say to you. Angela, please escort our guests out. Of course, Henry. I don't know whether these are technically solved or not. But who knows? Who knows? Okay, so he's not going to talk to us anymore. He basically just told us to piss off.
Sorry, Herschel.
It is I who should apologize. I've obviously upset your husband.
Obviously? Mate, you just accused him.
No, don't worry about Henry. He gets emotional sometimes, especially concerning Randall.
Understood. But I also have the feeling that Henry is hiding something.
I would love this game even more if they did voice acting for, like, for everything. It'd made the game so much longer, but it'd be so good.
Oh, I doubt that. Henry is an open book. He always has been.
I'm not so certain you know him as well as you pretend to.
I beg your pardon? What do you mean?
I intended no offense, Angela. All will become clear in time. We will soon get to the bottom of things.
Yes, well... Thank you, Herschel.
Okay. Henry's suspicious behaviour. Angela's suspicious behaviour. Professor Layton, I've been looking all over the place for you. What can I do for you, Constable? Would you be so kind to accompany me to Celebration Boulevard? It's about the masked gentleman case. The masked gentleman? What is it? Has he appeared again? All I know is that my partner wants to talk to you. He was one of the officers on duty during the statues incident. This case seems to be growing more complicated by the second. Indeed, and this officer is on Celebration Boulevard, you say? That's right, but I'll take you to him. A lot of tourists seem to have been troubling... No, a lot of tourists seem to have trouble telling us apart. Must be the uniforms. Must be. Who'd have thought it, showing the great Professor Layton around the City of Miracles. This way, please. I should probably have talked to him. Now this is a shady character. Let's have a talk to this shady dude. Wait, I'd recognise that smell anywhere. A citizen in distress. Ta-ha! Ha-ha! City's too big. Can I have fun a thing? Pardon me, sir. I am Professor Layton. Might I be of some service? Aye, cheers. That'd be bra. I just got here, and the place has me fair stumped. The name's Tannenbaum. I don't know how you'd pronounce that, but we'll go with it. By the way, what seems to be the trouble? Well, for one thing, this confounded map doesn't say make any ounce of sense. Alright, we got a puzzle. Oh, you're right, this mishmash map. Whenever two tourists arrive in town, they are giving a map to help with their sightseeing. Unfortunately, the maps have a tendency to fall apart along the faulted lines, making it impossible to work out how to get to where they want to go. Can you restore the map? Alright. We're gonna try and fix this red line. Is how we're gonna do it. I think they all need to be moved up one. There? All the lines sort of match up.
How about this? Puzzles are made to be solved.
Puzzles are made to be solved. Aha! That'll do just nicely. Aha! Fair chuffed with this. Let me tell you. Look, you gotta do the pointing. Wow! Wow! The Professor Layton in action. You really are as good as they say. You're lucky we came along, sir. The Professor here is probably the world's greatest authority on puzzle solving. Oh, aye. Wonder how you'd do against the lad who's staying at my house. He was puzzle bonkers too. Treated that lad like my own son. But he went and left without a word a few months back. I couldn't believe it. In fact, I came here hoping to find him. Off to a bad start, ain't I? Getting myself lost in it and all. I can't continue this. Don't blame yourself, sir. Everyone finds Montador bewildering at first. You'll find your feet in no time. I wish you the best of luck on your search. That's awfully kind of you. And thanks for helping me out with the map. I'll just be going on my way then. Cheers. Never too busy to help a passer-by with his troubles. You're a very kind man, Professor. At this rate, you'll have the mystery of the masked gentleman solved before you can say, Bob's your uncle. Haha, I will do my utmost to justify your faith in my abilities, Constable. Alright, let's get going. We need to head down. And down one more time. Huh, that's funny. He said he'd be waiting right here. I don't see any other officers here at all. Let's look around a little bit before we give up entirely. I reckon it's this clown down to the bottom right that I've got to speak to. Oh, here we go. Ah, that's my partner there. I'm not sure what he wanted to tell you, but let's find out. Hey, I brought the Professor. Oh, marvellous. You know, I've been hoping for a chance to talk to you for ages, Professor. Does it concern the masked gentleman? Yes. I'll never forget that night, seeing our heroes on horseback in hot pursuit of the dastardly villain. It moved me, sir. Plain moved me. Heroes on horseback? Are you talking about us? Yes, indeed, sir. It was a sight for sore eyes, so it was. The boys were all so impressed, weren't they? Impressed? I've got to tell you, Professor, meeting you in the flesh after that night is an absolute honour. You flatter me, Constable. If you want to do any more horse riding while you're in town, just let me know. I'll make a course for you. I see. Well, I suppose I might enjoy a little canter. If I have a spare moment during the investigation, that is. Excellent. I'll start working on an obstacle course right away. Now, where can I get some swinging axes, I wonder? I'll do my utmost to make sure the course is worthy of your abilities, sir. Constable, I couldn't help but notice that had nothing to do with the masked gentleman. Ah, my apologies, but look on the bright side. You'll end up with a supply of carrots to last you a lifetime. So, that was... what, a waste of my time? What's that? I think someone's running this way. Wouldn't recommend that. Running in the street, especially not with scissors. Oh, not Serena. Look at her fish lips. Did you hear? Something amazable is going on in the Scorpion Casino. I bet it's the masked gentleman's handiwork. No time to spim spam. If I miss the miracle, who knows when there'll be another one. What do you think, Professor? Is that the masked gentleman in that casino? That's not where the last warning said he would be, but anything is possible, I suppose. Well, I'm still on duty, so I'll have to go and see what the fuss is about. I shall head to the casino. Oh, and your lad wouldn't be allowed in there normally, but if you plan on going, I'll tell him to make an exception. It's been an honour, Professor. Ma'am? Going by the map, to get to the casino we need to head through the shopping district and Chance Avenue. We should go too. So I think it's this way. This way. Should be up here, I think. If we head up through the arcade, we should reach the casino. It looks lively, doesn't it? Come on, what are we waiting for? This is a big map. Professor, do you see that nervous-looking man over there? Yes, something is going on there. Alright, let's talk to the nervous man. Oh dear me, how could this happen? What if I'm given the boot? Speaking of which, are my shoes untied? No, I'm wearing loafers. Good, wait, no, still loafers? Good. Maybe we should just move on, Professor. Now, Emmy, it can't hurt to ask. Howdy-do. I'm afraid I'm in rather a tight spot at the moment. Now, far be it to push my troubles onto you, but you know I'm an accountant, don't you? No? Well, I'm Murphy, bookkeeper for both Mr. Dawson and the Ladors. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself first. A little background on Montador. The city was founded by Henry Lador, but a big part of expansion came from competing with Alphonse Dalston. Here's the second part. Getting arrested is not good for business, you see. And Mr. Dalston has taken quite a hit. That's quite the information you've given us, Murphy. So Dalston's business interests are at risk. Ah, excuse me. I forget you don't have numbers in your blood. Let me show you an example of domestic business, then. Alright. We've got probably a numbers puzzle. Oh, maybe not. Alright. A, B, C, and D run a baker's... a pastery... a bookshop, a grocer's, and a cafe. I don't know what... I'm guessing it's like a pastry, sort of... maybe? I don't know. Which persons run each business? C and I work both... C and I both work close to the baker's and the... patisserie. C and I haven't dropped by the cafe for ages. C said D and I never baked bread. Neither A nor B ran the bookshop. E and I often visit the cafe and the grocer's. C and I both work near the grocer's. Okay. So they're in order of A, B, C, and D, and E. So baker's, bookshop, grocer's, cafe, and the patisserie. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm guessing that's more of a cake shop, looking at the image. C and D never bake bread. Neither A nor B run the bookshop. So C, D, or E run the bookshop. If we just focus on who tried to figure out who ran the bookshop, it's not those two. E and D often visit the cafe and the grocers. Cafe and grocers. C and E both work near the grocers, so I reckon C and E are one of these two. So they could technically be either one. B and C, I reckon. I reckon B is the bread. So I reckon that is like that. C hasn't dropped by the calf for ages, so I reckon C is this one. Leaving this to be E. C and A both work close to the bakers and the... This one, I really don't like this one. C and A both work close to the bakers and the patisserie. Having trouble? Yeah. Always. C and B haven't dropped by the calf in ages. Maybe... It sounds like B owns the calf. D and I never bake bread. C and D never bake bread. Neither A nor B run the bookshop, which so far that works out. E and D visit the calf and the grocers. C and E both work near the Oh. I really don't know. Because, like, I try and work through it, and then I think I'm close, and then there's always one or two towards the end that I go through and, like, it's messing up everything. D and C can't do this. Not bread. And that's C and D. And then A and B is not book. So we can ignore what C has said. Because we've got it written here. C and I both work close to the baker. I am right in thinking that this word here, the Pazzieri, I might have to Google it just to make sure I am understanding this right. Because that is not a word I've really come across, to be honest. I'm just assuming it's cake. Pastries and cakes, yeah. Like, we don't call it like that in the UK, as far as I'm aware. Or if it is, we just know it as a cake shop or a pastry shop. They had to make it difficult for me, didn't they? Of course it's French, Freya. All the difficult words are French. Or they're just made up by Americans because they don't understand the British. But I just find words hard in general. We all know this. You all know this. Alright, C and E both work near the grocers, which is the apple. My head's hurting, so I'm just going to use a hint coin. Read carefully and you'll work out which jobs A through E don't do. For example, according to A, neither A nor C run the bakery or the pastry. Thanks, I could have worked that out. C comes up with quite a lot, doesn't she? Let's start with C then. Summing up that A, B, C and E said, we can work out that C doesn't work at the baker's, pastry cafe or the grocer's. Alright, so C, if I read that right, it said C worked in the bookshop. Alright, so C's bookshop. C and I both work close to the bakers. So maybe it's that? This is what I don't understand, because C and I both work near the grocers. But C is so far away from the grocers. I reckon it's got to be that, because these two can't be the bread, so it's either this one or this one. If my thoughts on A is correct. So we need to look at the ones that are talking about D and E. So maybe that?
How about this? Let me reconsider that.
D's job next. According to C and D, D's in the baker, cafe owner or grocer. We know that C runs the bookshop, so that means D must be the pastrier. So these two are correct. And what about E? According to D, he doesn't run the cafe nor the grocer. What does that leave? You've got it, you think? What do you think? So it's not the calf nor the grocer for E. Is it? Oh no, I need this description up. C and I would both work close to the bakers. A is the calf, B is the grocer. A is the calf, B is the grocer. C is the bookshop, D is the pastry, and E is the baker.
Just a dash of puzzle solving here.
Freya, you genius.
That was a challenge, to be sure.
It was a challenge. And not a good one, chat. Freya's back. She smashed that puzzle out the park. So now you understand the complex beauty web of our local economy. As you must know, Mr. Lador founded this town in the middle of the desert. This spot we stand on used to be an oasis, the origins of the city right under our feet. It feels quite central to the whole city. Not to rush you, Murphy, but how about getting to the point? Quite. To cut a long story short, I love my job. Accountancy, books, the lot. Fascinating work. Anyway, when Mr. Dawson was arrested, his situation took a nosedive. More than a nosedive, really. A whole face dive. And without healthy competition from Mr. Dawson, Mr. Lador can just sit back and rake in the profits. What we're dealing with here isn't social or physical damage, it's economic. And that's the worst of all damages. But doesn't Mr. Lador's business also suffer if the tourists are all frightened away? Ah, that would be true, if that were true. You see, everyone seems to be flocking to see these miracles. In fact, in the last month, Mr. Lador's overall net profits were up. Let's see. Adjust the tax allowance, carry the 5. Isn't that information confidential? Oh no. I've done it again. Yes, it's confidential, but wait, I did actually say in... Let's just pretend you never heard that last part. In fact, there never was a last part, which may actually be true. So in conclusion, what you're trying to say is that Dawson's arrest has led to great profits for Henry Lador. Exactly so. Was I clear enough? In fact, was I vague enough? I don't want to lose my license, you see. Professor, it seems that Mr. Lador has both motive and the means. It certainly appears that way. It's easier if you list what they can't be, not what they could be. It's also probably easier to be a viewer not being stressed by playing the puzzle. Was I just had it there in my mind and my brain just stopped working. It's easier if you could just share the load, as Samwise said. So yeah. If it wasn't for you, Freya, I'll just probably still be stuck on that puzzle. So give yourself a shout out. How's your null playthrough going, Freya? The neon is a bit loud, but it does go well with the gold. Humbug! Everything goes well with gold. It's a very good game. I must look into it. I would say artificial lights matches your particular charms, Mr. Walton. An excellent observation, my dear girl. And may I also compliment you on your ability to maintain your senses in the face of my glittering wealth? I would prefer it if you didn't. Yeah, it's not that hard. Fish. Still, you can't expect everyone to appreciate the finer things. I doubt you can even grasp these rules. Can you grasp these rules, Freya? 3 dart players have just finished a game. With the results as shown, can you work out how many points each different colour section of the dartboard is worth? No 2 sections have the same value, and their values increase the closer they are to the centre. Each is worth a single-digit value of at least 1 point. So obviously, the very outer ring is A, B, C. Nope. The very inner ring is A. I should have looked up here. The very outer ring is D. So there are 2 in the middle and 2 on the outside. Let's focus on this one. Let's say... If we say the middle is 9, so A is 9. We've got 18, just from the centre. Minus that off that, we've got 8 left, so if we say that's 4... That's a 4, guys. 4 on the outer ring. Does that help us figure out the others? If we are correct in assuming this. We're just going to sort of go through and figure it out. I don't know why. So a 9, a 4. So this is on 13 at the moment. Let's assume C is a 5, which makes this 18, and then it's just missing 7, which could be B, which makes 2 of the targets correct. It's whether this one also matches up now. So they've got 3 on the C line, which is 15, and then 1, 7, which is 22 if my maths is correct, which is what we wanted. So 4, 5, 7, 9. If my maths was correct.
Set him up and knock him down. Piece of cake.
Piece of cake. I must say that I am impressed with such lower class rabble could reason out the basics of such a refined sport. Not that it matters, but my family is actually rather wealthy. Mr. Walton, money isn't everything. Maybe someday you'll realise that. Spoken like someone who earns an hourly wage. I didn't set aside any money for the trip back home. Well, it could be worse. The bloke next to me left with a small fortune. Too bad he'd arrived with a large one. He wasn't happy, having a real go at some manager he was, bellowing like some sort of big water buffalo. You can stamp and snort all you want, but no one will listen if you've got no chips. Take it from me. I wonder if this is what we heard about, the disturbance at the casino. It doesn't sound as if it's related to the masked gentleman. Do you still want to look into it, Professor? Finding peaceful solutions to potentially violent situations is the duty of every gentleman. Well, if you want to get to the casino, just keep on going straight from here. Once you get to the end of the avenue, you can't miss it, mate. Just follow the trail of broken dreams. Thank you for your time. This is the casino right here. This looks like the place. Let's go in and see if we can help. Trail of broken dreams. That's not sad at all. Yeah, but if you're going into a casino, most people don't know when to quit. So, let me get this straight. You're saying, I'm the one who lost fair and square. I'm sure I recognise him. I'm not whether it's from this series, like this game, or it's from the previous game, but he looks very familiar. Oh, I see. I'm the villain now, am I? That's a laugh. The only crook in here is that shady dealer of yours. We all have our off days, sir. I'll have to ask you to leave now. Tomorrow is another day. That's it. Let's see how calm you feel after I break your smarmy sunglasses. A moment, gentlemen. Let's all settle down and discuss this rationally. Relax, citizen. It's all under control. Why, hello there. Why, I simply cannot bear the sight of violence. I understand that there will always be conflict in the world, which is why I suggest we resolve this in the most beautiful forms of contest known to humankind. The puzzle battle. I'm listening. Go on then. But mark my words, Mr. Fancy Pants, you ain't got no chance of beating me this time. I'm sure you're correct, and while I dislike confrontations, I find the notion of a puzzle battle quite intriguing. Please go ahead. Good stuff. Come on, knock. We ain't got all day. Now, patience is a virtue. Gentlemen, this is a casino, and in a casino, you battle with chips. Now, at a glance, these chips may look randomly placed, but behold, each column deliciously adds up to 15. Oh, but what a dreadful state of affairs. The rows are befit. Is that bereft? The rows are bereft of the same exquisite symmetry. So what's wrong with... We must help these poor, disordered rows, mustn't we? So I'll ask you this. Rearrange the chips so the columns and rows all add up to the same number, beautifully balanced. Got that, have you? Move the chips around so each row and column add up to the same number. Child's play, innit? Yes, I think I understand. Whoever can do so in the fewest moves will of course be the victor. Just tell me when you're ready to answer. Got it. That was fast, Frank. Let's see your solution. That's right. Watch and learn. Ain't that a picture? You do appear to have solved it. That dude has a big honker. He really does. How you doing, Nick? How you doing, my dude? Freya, I know I asked so much of you, but could you do a shout out for the awesome dude that's just appeared out of nowhere? Because if you do not follow Nick, you should. Alright, I think we've got to solve it. It's true that conditions of this puzzle have been fulfilled, but... yeah, they have. So what's your problem? Simply this. I believe there is a more elegant solution. I hope you lot can count up to 15, guys. I nearly did say 5. I will admit that. Maybe I don't know how to count to 15. Whatever do you mean, sir? All the rows and columns are complete. If you're trying to save face, I must say I'm disappointed. Luke, what does this puzzle remind you of? Looks a lot like a magic square puzzle. Exactly, except that the way it is now, the solution is incomplete. Right you are, Professor. The rows and columns are fine, but the diagonals need to add up to 15 as well. Wait, no, don't listen to him. They ain't worth it. I just moved them chips exactly like you. Ha 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 ha. Frankie. You're a sinning. I don't know. You're a sinning. C9 comments are delightful, but please, there is no doubt about your victory. Yet I concede if this gentleman can show me a perfect solution, then you are utterly disqualified. I'm doing good, trying to stay focused on work. How are you fine people? Freya's already got the solution, okay. I'm doing good, Nick. I'm okay. I'm assuming you got volume at work. I don't know why I assumed you didn't. But just in case you didn't. Not that you'd have heard that if you didn't have volume. But yeah, I'm okay. I really enjoyed the golf with friends the other day. We need to do that again. Also, like, we need to play more games with you, Nick. But I know, like, some of the games we always wish to play. Fall Guys, it's not full cross-compatibility with creating parties yet. Like, Among Us, we need more people. and it's a lot more planning, but I'm sure if you're up for it and we can sort it out, we'll get it done. Wait, he has to do it in less moves than me, or it don't count. Understood. I should complete a magic square by touching only 2 chips. I don't believe that's possible. But please, by all means, prove me wrong. Alright, Freya. I hope you understood that you had to only move 2 chips. How you doing, George? How you doing? Okay, so at the moment they all equal. Move 2 are held on. Good thing that the game was called Golf with Friends and not Golf with those people I can't stand. Exactly, Nick. You understand. You understand. So... That's 15. That's already 15. That was already 15, because I'm pretty sure these aren't. Because this is 6. That's 15. 16, 24. $18 is the diagonal. But that's already 15, this diagonal. But yes, more stuff like that would be most welcome. I'll speak to my peoples. My people will get in touch with your people, and we'll sort some stuff out. George, how you doing? How you doing? How's life, George? Have you got my parcel yet? It's on its way. I think it was out for delivery today, if I read the email correctly. And if you have got it, I hope you haven't opened it yet. I'm warning you. Look. When I say we'll have my people talk to your people, it's more... I'm sure George will notify you of any plans made. So, we need to... It's arrived? Nice. I was worried like no one would be in, and it would just get lost. You have not opened it. You better not do. You're not sure about doing it in 2 chips? Yeah. See, I don't want to mess with these, really. I don't really want to mess with these, but I feel I have to. Let's move those 2, and we'll go from there. Alright, so that's still 15. 15. 15. Technically, that's not changed. 15. 8. That's 17. That's 13. This is 11. Going that way. Chloe was in all day, but it actually arrived this afternoon when I was back from work. Nice. Yeah, I'm glad it arrived. But to be fair, like where you live, I'm sure a neighbour would have taken it in, if not needs be. I've had a parcel taken in by a neighbour, and they've opened it, and I don't think they were even going to deliver it to the house. It's just the fact that I went to knock on the doors to see where it went. So who knows? My people are going to be calling your people about Civ 6. Well, I look forward to my people hearing from your people. So yeah. All our people are doing a lot of hard work behind the scenes. Oh, okay, I got it. Let's just hope our people's people have it together. I so hope so, because I personally don't have it together. So... Freya, like, at this point, I could be sat on the screen for a long time. Shadow! My man, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, George. I'm not sure if you were here earlier, but did you hear what my 5th sound on my soundboard is now? I don't know whether you were here for it. Freya. Freya, give me a hint. Just tell me one move. Just help me out, Freya. We are the people's front of Judea. Swap 5 and 3. Alright, don't go any further than that. We'll see if my big brain can work it out from being helped. You've ruined the top row, Freya. 1, 6, 8, 7, which is 15, plus a 9, which is 24. Yeah. Quick math, thanks, Jason. 15. That's 20. Have you made it worse, Freya? Are you sure you're helping me? That's 15. 12, that's 17. I feel we've got to move one of these 3 numbers with one of these. I feel it's got to be this one. Oh no. Because if I move the 8 and the 6 around... it would sort out this in the diagonal. But it wouldn't sort out this. Alright. Alright, before we're on here the whole time, Freya, what was your second move? Come on. Wait a minute, I've got it wrong. Wow, Freya. Share the load, I can't do that. Alright, Jason, it's on to you. George is retracting his statement of Freya's no longer OP. So you're convinced 5 is right. What was your second thought? Do 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 do. Because at the moment, this is probably our main issue. I thought it wouldn't... Just give it a rest and call me the winner, eh? I thought I could do this by touching only 2 chips. But how I use those chips is key here. Okay. With a 5 in the middle, shouldn't you just opposite the numbers equal to 10? So we can only... switch 2 chips around. So but if I put that there, I understand where you're coming from, Nick, but like, it didn't work. Or was I meant to put like the 9 somewhere else? Because the diagonals have to equal 15. It's the diagonals that I think are screwing us over right now. Swap 1 and 8. I can use a chip to push other chips. What? What? Oh, this is cheating, guys. Oh. I forgot what it said about pushing certain chips up or not. Look. So it wasn't about swapping to, it was about pushing chips. But at least we still get some funky music while we're doing it. Yeah, that changes everything. It really does. So I'm just gonna get it wrong on purpose just to see what Layton says. No, I want him to use the hint again. The 5 needs to be in the centre, and I could use 1 chip to push another. So let's say we put the 5 in. Can we use a chip to push some across? Because it is that point where we all had our notes down, and like Nick has said, we crumple it up, throw it behind us. Forget about it. No. No. 15's across the top. That wouldn't work. I don't think 5 is in the middle. Yeah, so I would so prefer Sudoku at this point. I'm pretty sure Layton said that 5's in the middle. Oh, did he? Oh, I forgot what they said there. Alright, thanks Layton. You told me something obvious. Now give me the hint again. 5 needs to be in the centre. So they want 5 in the centre. So let's say I've moved it that way. I think one of the blue chips need to go into the middle. Like, would that work? Because it'd be 8 and a 2 and a 5. That I can definitely see that very working. That one works. So it makes a big difference, guys, when people tell you all the rules. I have to hand it to you. The thought of pushing chips with other chips would not have occurred to me. Most inspired. You're very kind. You'll see that the rows, columns, and diagonals all add up to 15. We did it, chat. Just by fluke, if anything. I'd have definitely preferred a Sudoku puzzle. A completed magic square has a certain beauty, don't you think? Set of instructions. 1. Do you think you have Did you know your chips have numbers? Good luck solving. Just by fluke. Sorry, I had to. Just by fluke. Well, Freya would appreciate the pun. Ha, damn, I knew where the numbers had to go, but getting them there was rough. Yeah, they didn't really explain that you could push it until you got it wrong a few times. Now, Frankie, try to be a good sport, would you? I think it's best you left now. Oh, fine, I'll go. But this ain't over. Not for a long shot. That was some skillful arboration, sir. I'd hate to add a one-man casino riot to Mr. Lodor's growing list of worries. My pleasure. It was worth it just to see such a flawless, elegant solution laid out before me. My thanks to you as well, sir. I feel I owe you some sort of reward. The name's Drake, by the way. I'm the manager here. Professor Herschel Layton. And there is no need for a reward. I'm simply relieved that we could resolve the situation peacefully. Flawless. All our puzzle solving is flawless, Freya. Come on. Come on. We never make mistakes. It's always first time. I, on the other hand, would be more than willing to accept a reward for my skilled arboration. So this is it? Drop in and see us again sometime. I certainly shall. Don't forget me. That all kind of felt like one big sham. No matter, let's pick up the investigation where we left off. My apologies for all the fuss before, Professor. Not to worry. I trust everything is running smoothly now. Smooth as silk, thank you. Naturally, we do get our share of upset patrons. Casino security is usually quick to respond. I'm glad we didn't have to escalate the situation to Mr. Lodor. Oh, is Henry involved in the day-to-day running matters here? He is. And that tireless devotion to the smallest detail is why I respect him. If you don't mind, I'd rather this not get back to Mr. Lodor. You have my word. Perfect. Also, I understand you are very fond of puzzles. Would you accept one as a reward for earlier? It's modelled on a slot machine we have here at the casino, but the similarities end there. Another puzzle chat. Slot sequence. The numbers on this giant slot machine aren't random. In fact, there's a rule that determines the sequence of numbers that appears every time you activate it. Your task is to work out the rule and predict what 4-digit number will appear next. Be warned though, you only have 5 chances. Touch the numbers on the touchscreen to make your prediction. When you're ready to touch the orange button to activate the slot machine. Okay. So 282. It goes to 3103. Place your bets now of how you think the numbers are sequenced. Three 105. Alright, this could be harder than I thought. 3107.
I believe
Oh,
I
what?
have this one.
I thought it was
I'm
gonna...
not certain what happened here.
I thought it was gonna at least let me have a chance to input the numbers at the end. I think the numbers could be different now. Yeah, the first number's throwing me off. I'm not sure whether that's random or not. Um... I have a feeling I might know. And then... No, that's a 1, sorry. And then the next one will be... 3011.
I believe I have this one.
It was... The end bit was counting up 1. The first number really threw me.
Puzzles is truly
Like you
a
said,
pleasure.
Jason. But then it was counting up by 1 and then adding 100 or minusing 100 every time. I hope we were able to whet your intellectual appetite. I don't know why the first one was so different. I'm not sure whether we should have ignored that number or not. It was odd, very odd. I'm sure you must be busy with your investigation, but do take time to drop by us again while you're here. Perhaps we can arrange for you and your friends to see a show. Dear me, I'd completely lost track of time. Let's make our way to Tingley Town as quickly as possible. Yes, Tingley Town is at the north end of the city, if I recall. Finally, to the fun fair. I'm glad it kind of showed me where to go, because otherwise I'd have been lost. Welcome to Tingley Town, the fantasy factory for all 5 senses. Or whatever the sign says today. I know you, you're the clown we bumped into after the statues incident. Yeah, I'm Yuckles. And I hear the masked gentleman's planning another caper here tonight. Oh goody. I still have nightmares about the night with the statues. I dream that they're running after me very slowly. You saw the statue's miracle up close, didn't you? Pardon me, Yuckles, but we were hoping to stop the masked gentleman before he strikes again. Oh, the horrors. Isn't it just... Wait. You'll catch that menace and put an end to my nightmares? But you can't let your guard down. Alright, how's this? I'll let you in, but only if you, in chat, have solved at least 50 puzzles. So how many puzzles have you 3 cracked up to this point? Great, you've proved you use your heads far more than just wearing hats. I feel a whole lot better about letting you in now. You think you've solved about 2 or 3? I'm afraid you've got to do at least about 50 puzzles before we continue. So if you could just go away, do about 47 puzzles, and then come back and... Nah, you can stay. We'll sneak you in. Here, take these passes. You can get in for free all week with them. Enjoy your time and end this reign of terror. Yeah, Freya's definitely done 50 if you count all the previous games that she's been here for. Best of luck, but just in case you fail, I'll be running away for the night. Wait, run? No. I'll take the Montador tram. Gets to the racecourse in no time. You can buy a ticket from that machine over there. Enjoy. Oh, and watch out for owls too. Clever blighters, always hooting when you least expect it. He's a strange one. I suppose it's part of the clown's trade. Now, where shall we go? Alright, so we got race. We can use the tram to the race course now. Cutscene.
You should probably hang on to your hat.
Ooh. I can't imagine Professor Layton on a roller coaster. Show me where the masked rascallion is. I'm ready to have at him. We only just arrived ourselves, Inspector. I don't see any other police officers in the vicinity. Is anybody else coming? Well, Sheffield's convinced that Dawson's his man. He gave half the lads the night off. The rest are patrolling the city's centre. Sheffield may claim to protect the city, but his overconfidence is really putting people in danger. But, with or without support from the police, we have to start our search, right, Professor? Yes. We need to track down the masked gentleman before he's able to act. Aye, naturally. I have already found the first clue. On my way in, I spotted a poster that read, "A new spin on the miraculous." That certainly sounds like our theatrical friend. But what does it mean, Layton? I'll need to think about that. There's no time, man. You sit here and think. I'm gonna go charge around until I knock him over. For the yard! Grosky is too energetic. He runs everywhere. Now, that Inspector Grosky is occupied, let's consider this clue. A new spin on the miraculous. There's no shortage of things that spin here. I see the Ferris wheel, the merry-go-round, the teacups. And don't forget the roller coaster. The wheels spin rather fast. Which should we investigate first? Seeing as you're so excited, I think it's fair we let you decide, Luke. Oh, here we go. Oh, the lost girl again. Well, nothing seems to be out of the ordinary with this merry-go-round. A new spin on the miraculous. Professor, look, a poster. Oh, well spotted, Luke. It appears to be a puzzle. Puzzle time again, chaps. These cheerful tiles can be put together so they form the horses shaped of 4 different colours. With the 9 tiles, can you make a total of 12 complete uniformly coloured horses within the frame. But at the moment, the colours are they're mixed up at the moment. Okay, so we can rotate. And we can move. Oh no, we can't move. We can rotate. Is my life a puzzle? Yes, Nick. I'm sorry to say. But it is. Everything is a puzzle. Alright. I already saw that there was no black or brown horse on this one, so it's got to be that. So far it's working well. Does that all match?
Just a dash of puzzle solving here.
Is reality as we know it a puzzle? 100%. Let's just find water. Yeah, these games are fun. I'm playing through them quite slowly because obviously I'm reading them out to chat and everything, and interacting with chat. But if you're playing them on your own, or if I've seen other people stream them and they don't talk, they don't say everything out loud, they just let chat read it. It's a bit quicker, but these games are fun, and there's a lot more puzzles than I probably do because there's like hidden puzzles in games. For you, Freya, I did an extra hydrate. What is it, Professor? The puzzle is based around merry-go-round horses. I wonder if he's trying to lead us to look more closely at them. Leave it to me. I'll have a look. Thank you, Emmy. Do you think that puzzle is really the work of the masked gentleman? Well, he certainly is meticulous with his presentation. I wonder what will happen tonight. Professor, I found this underneath one of the horses. Fascinating. It's got a picture of the masked chaos. The mask of chaos on it. Clearly a calling card. I wonder if the masked gentleman left any more around. Let's talk to the little girl. She's lost. Wow, Mummy, where are ya? You're lost? Again? No, nah, me mum is. She said I could go on a roller coaster. But when I got off, she was gone. I'm not putting too much effort into the crying, but please don't cry. We'll find her for you. I'm not crying, man. I'm frustrated. My mum needs to learn to stop gunning off on her own. On her own. Well, let's just, did your mother give you some instruction in case she got lost again? I mean, completely fair to not put effort into a little girl crying. Exactly. Aye. She said I should go on to the pumpkin spinners. Okay, so we're just gonna... we're just gonna leave her. I'm pretty sure that's her there. For my darling Krisky... Oh no, it's not. I'd run through fire, swim in ocean, or even spend the day at the fair. With any luck, this evening will start on the Ferris wheel and end with a smooch. Oh, don't mind me. Just daydreaming again, you know. I heard the masked gentleman would be here, so I knew Clamp would be too. But I've lost him in the crowd. Hannah, you need to develop other interests, maybe knitting, photography, papier-mâché modelling, anything. You're right, I could knit Clamp dolls, collect snapshots and all. I'm surprised there aren't more police here. That younger detective must have gone to check out the hotel. Really? Which hotel was that? I'm not sure. They said something about a meeting and an inn. Clamp stayed behind though, so we'll be perfectly safe. That daughter of mine is lost again. I told her to wait by the pumpkin spinners if we got separated, but she's a bright lass, but she gets distracted by pretty much anything. Balloons, clowns, mud. Well, if there's anything we can do to help. No, pet. I couldn't bother you with this again. She'll turn up in a bit. She always does. I suppose if the masked gentleman is meant to show up tonight, I should probably go and find her and make sure she's okay. Knowing Bonnie, she'll probably see him and run after him to his secret supervillain lair. Maybe he'd fancy having an apprentice. That's a bit weird because we found the girl, we found the mother, but Layton, being a gentleman, has done nothing to get them together. There's the Teacup Ride. It's kind of a spooky version, isn't it? Indeed. Far less inviting than your everyday giant teacups. Still, it does set a pleasantly spinning, tingling tone for the ride. There's something funny about those teacups. And it's nothing to do with them looking like pumpkins. Far less inviting. But it's always time for a puzzle. Here's a popular ride found at fairgrounds everywhere. The spinning teacups. Well, something like that, at least. Aren't those pumpkins? Anyway, of those 5 spinning cups, one is not like the others. Can you find the odd one out? Alright, Nat would tell me it's B. I already know that. But what one is the odd one out? So it's green, purple, blue. Green, purple, blue. Green, purple, blue. Green, purple, blue. Technically, B is the odd one out for colour pattern. So I'm gonna trust in Nat. I know she's not here, but
Just a dash of puzzle solving here.
it's actually B.
Fine puzzle for a
No one tell Nat, otherwise it's gonna go to her head. Alright. I believe something may be hidden in that pumpkin there. Layton's apprentice to the rescue! I'll go and investigate, Professor. I suppose investigating a Teacup Ride shouldn't be too dangerous. You're gonna tell Nat? Why, Freya? You have, like, one job, and that's not to tell Freya. Not to tell Nat, sorry. Don't tell yourself either. No. I think he's quite safe. Professor, do you have any idea what the Master Gentleman is planning tonight? Difficult to say. The fact that he chose such a crowded venue is worrying, though. In that case, I will not tell myself, but I will tell Nat. Oh, I wasn't supposed to know. That's gonna be like, I told you it was B all along, and we're never gonna hear the end of it. Sooner or later, someone is going to get badly hurt. Professor, Emmy, I found this card stuck underneath a seat in the teacup. Good work, Luke. Hey, it's the Mask of Chaos. It's a message from the Masked Gentleman. What could it mean, I wonder? This huge Ferris wheel is perhaps one of the more obvious spins at a fairground. It's moving a little oddly, isn't it? You're right, Emmy. It's as if it's coming to a stop, bumpily. I wonder if it's broken. Alright, what's wrong with this? Oh no, a cable section in this circuit has come loose, and now the Ferris wheel's controls don't work. You have to repair the yellow cable quickly. Fix the circuit by moving the long yellow section down into the gap of the long button. Your what? Oh, okay, I see what I'm doing. Oh, that's stuck in. I kind of want... I think this is in my way now. Too much. It's a bomb! All I can think of is the quote from Brooklyn Nine-Nine and it's like, yeah, your ass is the bomb. I don't know why that came to my head, but you're welcome, chat, for me telling you that. And it's not even I watched it recently either. How do I do this, chat? Just do it. I'm trying. I think I made it worse like that. I'm sure when I get this done, it'll be like, oh, you could have done it in 2 moves. You're just shit at puzzles. And I'll be like, oh, thanks. Got to do some Tetris T-spins. Look, unfortunately, I can't even spin these. But I think I've got it. Oh no, I'm getting closer. Just do it. How? Is this getting closer, or am I just... That's not going to help anything. I don't know whether I'm getting closer. What matters is it feels like we're getting closer. Yeah. We're moving stuff to the point where I think we're getting it done. I don't know about that one. I think I'm going around in circles here. I go around in circles here. I'm Freya. To be fair, it's not a real stream if Freya doesn't claim... If Freya doesn't do the dad joke. Oh, see, now look what you've done, Freya. Now Jason's doing it. Nick will do it. You've started something off now. I know how much you love my dad jokes. I think you've been misinformed, Freya. I adore dad jokes. Puns and bad jokes. There's a time and place for dad jokes. Now's not the time. Do you see what we're doing? Oh, Nick. Nick. Why? Why, Nick? See, I can't move anything if I go there. I don't... So close, yet so far. There's a place and there's a time and a place for dad jokes, and it's never. Probably Rob's brain. No, I do enjoy a good dad joke. I do enjoy really bad jokes as well. And Freya's scene, I put puns in some of the Discord meme sections quite a bit, so I am partial to a good joke. Yeah, the D&D puns have been quite good, but they're not appreciated as much by the other people. I think it's more because I'm using them against other people. I know you and Nat appreciate them, and that's all that matters. How are we doing this? There we go. Only took 129 moves.
Puzzles are made to be solved.
Oh, it can be done in 18 moves. Okay, the Ferris wheel is running normally again. I wonder where the ride operator is, though. Professor, there! There's a card stuck on the side of here. It's got a picture of the Mask of Chaos on it. I know it. Who does he think he is, endangering those innocent Ferris wheel riders? It's obvious, a token left by the masked gentleman, but it tells us little on its own. Presumably, it's just a part of his message. I think we've got to go over here and look at the roller coaster. The roller coaster seems to be just the same as when we went on it earlier. Perhaps you should have another go on it. No. I mean, I don't think that's necessary. You're not scared, are you, Luke? No, not at all. It's just that we should be looking for clues from the masked gentleman, not going on rides. Come to think of it, something did catch my attention while I was watching you go round earlier. Really? I don't remember anything out of the ordinary. That panel over there, didn't you see it? I never even noticed. I had my mind on other things. Could it be a message from the masked gentleman? It may well be. Let's have a closer look. Glass arrows. Below the roller coaster lies a stack of see-through panels with red arrows. Originally there were 4 panels, but someone has gone and taken one. Given that each arrow points in a different direction, can you tell which panel is missing from A to D? Do we just go with B and see if Nat's theory works, or what, chat? A diamond is definitely made, so my thinking is if A is used... Oh wait, no, if A is used, technically B and D could be used to make the other part of the diamond. I'm assuming the darker red section is where they've layered... They're more layered. No, wait. So it's like this corner bit. So I reckon A is used. I want to say it's C. I know I haven't really been saying my theory out loud, but just the way my mind is working from overlaps. Just from working out patterns.
Puzzles is truly a pleasure.
The arrow facing down is gone. So what does the missing arrow mean? I imagine it means we should look in that direction, perhaps under the roller coaster track? Okay, I'll have a look. Gosh, Professor, the masked gentleman is really cunning. Imagine planting clues in your ride. He does seem to relish in leading us on a little treasure hunt. Professor, look, Luke, look what I found. The Mask of Chaos. There's no doubt it's a message, but this card doesn't tell us very much on its own. 4 cards equal 1 message, I reckon. So that's our 4th card. Hey, Professor, I think we have the whole set now. Look. Yes, they form a map of sorts. I believe the masked gentleman wants us to go to that tower on top of the hill. On top of the hill? I see it. According to the guidebook, that's Tingly Tower. It's the control room. Is that where the masked gentleman plans to perform his miracle? It certainly has a commanding view of the entire park. Layton, a moment if you please. Hello, Herschel. Henry, Angela, you came after all. Herschel, I asked for your help and you deserve our trust. Henry has something to say. I apologise for my behaviour earlier. My responsibility is to my city. I will do whatever it takes to help you apprehend the masked gentleman. Thank you both. With your help and knowledge of the city, I'm sure we'll track him down. I'm just glad we've arrived in time. What do you know about his plans for tonight? Do you know where he's hiding? Herschel, please tell me you found something. Yes, I believe we have. He planted a series of clues around the fairground. Really? What sort of clues? He seems to be leading us to Tingley Tower, the park's control room. Well then, what are we waiting for? Okay. Wow, this is Tingley Tower. It looks like an exotic place. If I didn't already know it was a control room, I would have thought it was another attraction. This certainly is a fitting location for the Masked Gentleman's theatrics. I wonder what he's planning. A panic in the middle of a crowded fairground could be catastrophic. We must prevent his next miracle somehow. Wait, Professor, look up there. Aha! I'm delighted to see you've made it. Tonight's miracle is for the select few who are clever enough to find my clues. Now on with the show. Wait. Ha ha ha! Catch me if you can. Blast! He's dissipated into the control tower. Henry, wait. What exactly is inside the tower? Industrial-grade power relays, mostly. All the electricity for the park is routed through the tower. Naturally, we keep it locked so that nobody can... What if he cuts off the power to the rides? He could endanger all the visitors. It doesn't quite seem theatrical enough for the Masked Gentleman. Still, we should follow him inside. Professor, how are we supposed to find the Masked Gentleman in the dark? Henry, do you know where the light switches are? No. I've never needed to come in here before. Let's see. Ahaha, worry not, my esteemed guests. You have the best seats in the house. You'll see just, a moment. Where are you? Show yourself, villain. How dare you threaten my city? Your city? Is that what you think? Though I suppose, yes. This foul pit of greed and dry thrills does reflect his creator perfectly. You built this city as a monument to your grotesquely swollen ego. I can't wait to see your face when it's all gone. How dare you? Now, Lador, I'm actually helping you, you know. I'm teaching you a valuable lesson in humility. And giving you exclusive entry to the most miraculous show on Earth. Professor, he's getting away. We must cut off his escape. Hurry, everyone. He's gone. He can't be far. He must come back this way, no? Then the only way to go is back down the hill. Quick, back to the fairground. I'm waiting for a cutscene. Everyone's gone? Everyone's disappeared. The fairground is empty. Where did everyone go? Everybody go. No, we're too late. Did they just vanish? Impossible. It has to be a trick. Ahaha! Congratulations! You are now members of an exclusive club. Fairground visitors who still exist. You monster. Why are you doing all this? Why, Henry? I'm doing it for you. So you can understand what it means to have everything you've worked for vanish. After all you've done for me, paying you back is kind. Paying you back in kind is the least I could do. How you doing, Becky? How's life? Are you excited? You get to see George soon? Is it tomorrow? Is it tomorrow you go? Eek. Angela! Henry, help me! Wait, no! Angela! Angela! Professor, he's taken her. Luke got a really deep voice very quickly then. We must act quickly. They're gone. I'm sorry, Henry. They went this way. We can still catch them. Calm down, Henry. If the Moss Gentleman's planned to harm Angela, he would have done so already. Yes, you're with him tomorrow? Nice! Huh. I was going to say, you've waited so long through COVID for this. So, cherish it. Cherish it all the time. Professor, do you hear that? Something is happening inside the control tower. Maybe it's Angela. Angela, I'm coming. Henry, wait. Angela, where are you? Henry? It's alright, I'm fine. This was but a small taste of your anguish I'll bring you, Lador. A little appetizer before the banquet. But it will never be enough. Everything I had, you... What are you talking about? Who are you? What do I have done to you? Henry, have you no feel for drama? We need a good cliffhanger to build anticipation for the final act. Final act? What could he mean by that? I promise it won't disappoint. Believe me, when I tell you there will be nothing anticlimactic about this one. And don't worry about getting good seats. You'll all be able to see tomorrow's miracle from anywhere in the city. It will be the last and greatest miracle of my illustrious career. No, this ends here. You seem ill-equipped to stop me, Layton. There we go. I was about to decide the pronunciation for I read it as something else, so I was trying to say something else, and then when I was reading it again, I was like, I'm trying to say the wrong word here. Right. But if you don't, well, there will be casualties. Quite a few of them. In fact, I imagine there won't be an accurate body count for quite some time. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you a fond farewell. What is that lunatic planning? Alright, it's gone to that time, chat, that I've started to read completely different things, and I can't read or say words now. Henry, what are you going to do? I don't know, but it's my duty to protect this city. Perhaps if you gave him the Mask of Order like he asked, he would stop all this. It must be among the treasures you found in the ruins. Henry, if you search thoroughly, I'm sure you'll find it. I can't. That treasure. Henry, you must stop hiding it. Think of the city. Angela, I'm not hiding anything. Why would you say that? I might interject. I don't think it's safe to stay here. We've yet to find out what happened to the people who vanished. Of course. Well, the masked gentleman has escaped once again. I don't like what he said about being able to see the next miracle from anywhere in the city. It is rather troubling indeed. Whatever he's planning must be enormous in scale. Maybe this time everyone in town will disappear, or turn into statues, or spontaneously combust. Perhaps, but I fear it may be something far more real than his tricks so far. What about making everyone in Tingley Town disappear? Was that a trick? We won't know until we find them, I suppose. We're going to ignore the hamster. What on earth? Everyone's back. It all looks just as it did before. There's no sign of panic. What is this? But they vanished. We all saw it. What does it mean? I wish I knew, Luke. Perhaps this was just another sample of the horror we can expect tomorrow. But why were there the five of us only witnesses? He wanted me to see it. Yes, Henry, I think you need to tell us everything. Anything that you know. Do you really have no idea who the man under the mask might be? Is there no one you've made enemies with? No, I don't know. I don't know anyone who could be capable of this. Why has he gone so far? I'm going home. I need some time to think. I need to construct some sort of plan for that monster's return tomorrow. I'll come too. I'm exhausted. Good night, both of you. Take care. It's almost as if these fairgoers are unaware that they disappeared. Nobody looks panicked or even confused. Professor, here comes Inspector Grosky. Layton. Sorry. Okay. Layton, I just saw Lador and his wife hurrying away from here. Did something happen? Yes. Layton, I have a really bad cough, yeah. What kind of sandwich? Thank you, Freya. Yes, we had another encounter with the masked gentleman. Impossible. I was on the scene. How could I have missed that? Inspector, you've been here at the fairground all evening, is that right? Of course. I've been policing this place within an inch of its life. Looking for that masked duo. And there were people around enjoying themselves the whole time? Yes. Unless they were only pretending to enjoy themselves. Is that it? No, nothing like that. So you didn't notice anything unusual? Professor, it sounds as though Inspector Grosky didn't even notice that he and the others disappeared. I believe you're right, Luke. I think that's a vital clue. But it's all getting late now. Let's go back to the hotel. Inspector, you should know that the masked gentleman threatened us with the final miracle tomorrow. He said it would be visible from anywhere in the city, so we must prepare for a large-scale event. Please report this to the Chief Inspector. Ask him to post as many officers as he can on the streets. Of course. Until tomorrow then. For the yard! We'd better get some rest. Let's resume our investigation in the morning. Something that can be seen from anywhere. What could the masked gentleman be planning? Well, whatever it is, it's going to dwarf everything we've seen up to now. Thus far, he's used misdirection and simple illusions, but such tricks are hard to pull off on a large scale. Professor, could he use the power of the mask? Is that what killed Randall? No. That was my fault. If I'd been a better friend, Randall would still... I still think the masked gentleman is Randall. But I don't know. This is a good place to stop. I normally do like a 2-hour stream. I started earlier and it's gone like 2.5 hours. So I think next stream we'll be doing chapter 6, which I think is, by the sounds of it, is going to be a flashback for Layton.
Ready to embark upon the first day of the rest of your life, Herschel?
See,
Henry,
we'll just get past this.
Yes, Master Randall. The cart is loaded and should be ready for your departure.
Angela, what are you doing here? Henry, is this your doing?
Yes, sir. My apologies. It seemed rather important.
Henry had nothing to do with it. I wasn't going to let you go without saying goodbye, Randall.
Lane's hair on the fuck, yeah.
I thought it'd be easier if you didn't see me go.
I know, right?
I was going to have Henry deliver this, but since you're here...
What is this? I can't take this.
Look after it for me. You can give it back when I return.
Yes, of course. you, Randall.
I'll see you soon, Angela. I swear.
You will be careful, won't you?
Naturally. When I get back, we can have that picnic on the hill. How does that sound? Well, we'd better be off before my father spots us. Next stop, Akbadine.
So yeah, I think it's going to be this flashback,
Goodbye.
and then I
Please
think the
don't
next
blame Miss Angela.
next chapter will
Master Randall has
be
a remarkable mind.
the last
He'll find
miracle,
what he seeks and return soon.
and maybe we're that close to the end.
I hope you're right, Henry.
I'm certain of it.
But we're going to go raid George. Biggest stream up. He's playing Hollow Knight. And we're still raising money for charity, guys. If you want to see George suffer on stream whilst eating a bean boozle, all you got to do is donate £5 or equivalent in your currency. I know he loves bean boozles. Angela, oh, she'll be fine. She's always like that. If you say so. So, where do we go from here? Where is this Akbadan exactly? Oh yeah, I never got around to showing you, did I? Once we get to the point where I can say we'll be stopping. Look at this. Remember how I explained that the Mars inscriptions are a sort of treasure map? I spent a whole 3 months deciphering it. But I found out where it leads. Thornley's Gorge, due south of Stansbury. What about the crest? It's piqued your interest, has it? Well, I researched that too. I searched through numerous academic works and analysed over 80 ancient symbols that were similar to the crest. My analyst led me to one overwhelming conclusion. These symbols all originated in a very distant past. The civilization responsible for them is not connected to any culture we know from historical records. It's the Azran Civilization, Herschel, the most mysterious Azran known, only from the most ancient of legends. You can't get over Layton's hair? Yeah. This before he found his hat. The Azran Civilization? It's discussed in Rutledge's ancient histories, and there are many theories, but nothing has ever been proven. Until now. That is Herschel. I think the Azran built the Akbadan ruins. This could be the first solid evidence of their existence. It'll be the find of the century. But the Azran, you really think? No wonder his hat's so tall. Got to be big to hide all the hair. Yeah, he just squishes it into the hat and he just plonks the hat on top. Alright. Hopefully it'll let.
You really think the ruins are here?
They're here. I know they are.
How on earth are we supposed to get down there? You promised Angela we weren't going to do anything dangerous.
I know what I said, Herschel. What about no risk, no glory? This is the chance of a lifetime, and we must seize this opportunity while we have it.
Randall, this is...
I'm not interested in talking anymore. I've worked so hard for this. You can go back home if you must. But Herschel...
Like, no, right. Enjoy the story, yeah.
All right, Randall. Let's go.
All previous games that I've played, after every chapter they ask you to save. And there's like, it's a good stopping point. Please have the save ability. This looks like a cool chapter. Here we are, the Akbadan ruins. The Mask of Chaos led us here to unearth the ancestral treasures hidden within. This place looks absolutely huge. We'll never plan for an expedition of this scale. I know, isn't it brilliant? That's it. That isn't quite what I was getting at. Come on. We have to work together. Who knows what traps and pitfalls we might run into. Good thinking. No doubt you already have something in mind. Naturally, I'll run you through my ruins exploit. I think I saved, but then I can't remember, so... Lucky for us, I managed to find a copy of an ancient manuscript that is believed to be the Map of Akadar. I can't say the ruin name. Don't worry about getting lost, you can just touch the map icon in the corner to check our current location. Alright, so that's talk. The backpack works just the same as the trunk, so you can just use it as usual. So next, how do we move? Okay, that's moving. Have a go at moving now. Or I don't. Boop, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, we've saved it there. That's good enough for me. He'll probably have a go at me next time we play this about trying to move. And I should learn what to do. But yeah. Thank you everyone for being here. Sticking around. For helping me solve some puzzles. Otherwise we'd still be stuck on some of them. We're going to go raid George, who we're doing charity streams with. But if you don't already, make sure you go follow George, the Scotland Superman, Mr. Rothy, aka Matt, Shadow, aka Jason, as well as Awesomeness Dude, who is Nick. Jason. That's a new one, I know, right? I can't speak. Tuesdays start off mediocre. I'm not going to say well, because I'd never start off a Professor Layton stream being able to speak. And I normally end even worse than I started. But yeah, go check it out, everyone. If you don't already, I'm sure you'll already know each other, follow each other, watch each other. You know, third person for the charity streams. Yeah. I will probably flick between Shadow and Jason, to be honest. I normally just quickly read the username and go like, oh, Shadow. And now I'm trying to get into the habit of using Jason. Not Shadow. So yeah, we're going to go raid the other George, because I think he's going to be streaming today. I think he'll be streaming tomorrow. But then that's it for the rest of the week, I think, for him. So we'll go give our love to George. Come on, the skyline. Alright, yep, that raid started. The raid started, that's good. Jump in the raid to go over to our boy George. He will probably be raging already. He's been in Hollow Knight for a good 11 minutes now. So yeah, charity events are great. Being a part of a few. Maybe we'll get you in next time, Shadow, and we'll organise another one. I'm not sure when we'll do another charity sort of streams. But it kind of just made sense that it's mental health and awareness month. And it was kind of short notice planning because of people being busy and work and everything. But yeah. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be playing Spore. We'll be messing around in Spore. I haven't played it for a long time. Yeah, that's Wednesday. Thursday, I think, is Friendship Games Night. Because we're streaming for George's birthday. And then the rest of the week is a big question mark for me. I'll be probably streaming. I just don't know what. But yeah. I hope to catch you then, and I hope to catch you in George's stream. And I'll see you next time. Yes, we'll be playing something. Have a good night, everyone. And I'll see you tomorrow. Ow.
It popped out of the snow! Like daisies!
It popped out of the snow like daisies. Yeah, I can hear my alerts again, Rob. I don't know what happened yesterday. It was bloody Windows update. You know how it'd be.